Saw's deceptively clever plot and numerous memorable, gory set pieces manage to captivate audiences, but the film's high hopes are undermined by a nihilistic streak that comes across as more cruel than insightful. Anyway, there is a supreme fan base for these plots, and we're here today with the top 6 Saw traps of all time. So sit back and squint your eyes, because this one is going to be disgusting. Without further ado, let's move on. Number 6. In a scene from Saw 3, a woman is left naked and chained in the freezer of a closed meatpacking plant. She is doused with cold water repeatedly, which causes her skin to freeze and transform into a human popsicle. Saw, the video game, had a version of this cold trap as well. Actress Deborah McCabe, who plays the unfortunate victim of the trap, does a fantastic job of portraying the sheer agony and terror that her character experiences. Her portrayal of the scene is really convincing. Number 5. In Spiral, a terrifying trap that takes its cues from children's harmless toy finger cuffs, a corrupt detective is imprisoned in an abandoned warehouse and has all 10 of his fingers locked in a machine that slowly rips them from his hands. One of the hardest traps to watch in the franchise's history. Director Darren Lynn Bousman tenderly positions his camera near the victim's skin as it slowly stretches and then tears. Number 4. In the movie Saw 3, one of the most horrifying traps occurs in a closed meat processing facility, with the victim shackled to the base of a sizable cylindrical vat. The victim is drowned in gallons of rancid pig goo when a dozen rotting pig carcasses are dumped overhead into an industrial grinder that liquefies their foul-smelling bodies and pours the juice into the vat. Barry Flatman, who plays the victim in this incredibly repulsive trap, ought to get hazard pay for going through what he does. Co-star Angus McFadyen left the film after this scene after being unintentionally sprayed with pig guts. According to a recent tweet from director Darren Lynn Bousman, "I had to convince him to return," Bousman said. Number 3. The Saw bathroom trap that became iconic is what inspired the name of the franchise. This trap, which is more of a situational trap than a gadget of any kind, confines its victims to a dirty bathroom where they are chained to metal pipes on opposing sides of the space. There seems to be a dead body between them. Given rusty hacksaws, the victims must choose between chopping off their own feet and making their way out of the room or staying inside until starvation kills them. Because the bathroom trap plays such a significant role in the overall Saw mythology, the location is revisited in several subsequent Saw movies, and each time brings back fond memories for die-hard fans. Number 2. The original Saw theatrical poster features Shawnee Smith, a cherished franchise favorite, sporting a huge device atop her head. The device is a bear trap that has been reverse-engineered so that it will open rather than close. It basically breaks a victim's head open at the mouth when it gets triggered. Fans loved this notorious trap so much that it made multiple appearances throughout the series. In Saw 6, the device is forced upon psychotic detective Mark Hoffman, and when it partially opens, it rips a bloody hole in his cheek. In Saw 3D, the gadget that is attached to Jigsaw's wife Jill kills her when it fully opens. Among the most horrifying scenes in the series is the last graphic picture of her open mouth. Number 1. Imagine falling into a pit that's filled with thousands of dirty used syringes. 12 more needles are sticking into you with every tiny movement you make. That is what happens to Amanda Young when she is thrown into a large hole in the ground filled with hypodermic needles that could have fatal consequences. And a single key that might be the difference between life and death is buried somewhere near the bottom of the pit. This is the most painful trap in the entire series as you watch Shawnee Smith desperately try to paw her way through the needles that stab and jab at her hands and body repeatedly. And there you have it, friends. Thanks for tuning in to PI Entertainment. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, share it with your fellow film buffs, and tell us which scene thrilled you the most in the comments below.